Tagchen.
Tagchen.
Werden wir nicht langsam alle ein bisschen müde von diesen Superheldenfilmen?
Ich nicht. Ich nicht. Ich habe neulich Thor auch erst wieder gesehen, den ersten Teil, und habe mich gefragt, Mann, wann kommt denn endlich der zweite Teil? Ich möchte wissen, ob sie ihn jetzt findet oder ob sie sich noch mal sehen, ob die Liebe eine Chance hat. Und prompt kam die Einladung, habe ich mich sehr gefreut. Ich werde da nicht müde. Ich finde, die Welt braucht Superhelden.
Wenn wir jetzt auf das Plakat da oben gucken, Thor 2 Meter groß, sie ein bisschen schwächlich daneben.
Ja, also das muss aber doch so sein. Er muss ja als Superheld, muss er ja viel größer und stärker sein.
Wie stark muss man denn allgemein, also wie stark oder intelligent muss man denn eigentlich sein? Also ich meine, ist das nicht ein bisschen, das macht mich als Mann ja jetzt fertig. Also wenn ich sowas sehe, dann kann ich ja nicht mithalten.
Ach du, da musst du aber keine Sorgen machen. Du bist ja kein Superheld erstens. Zweitens gibt es ja nur eine Handvoll Superhelden und die ganz normalen Männer dürfen auch gerne ganz normal sein. Weil die Starken sind ja eigentlich wir Frauen. Tschüssi.
Nice to meet you. Oh, you look beautiful, I gotta say.
Very much.
Aren't you freezing to death?
It's a little bit cold here, but you know it's not as bad as it could be for October, end of October in Berlin.
The fans here in Germany have been waiting for this film for quite some time now. Are we getting what we are expecting?
It's a great time at the movies. I think audiences so far have been really thrilled by the film, and we're excited to present it.
You've been on tour for quite some time. Do you feel a little exhausted from all this traveling now?
Yeah, it's nice to get to go home at the end, you know. But it's been wonderful to get to visit all these wonderful cities.
Last question for me as a man. If I look up there, there's Thor, just huge and muscular. Now look at me. Do men have to be like that, or?
Well, I mean, he's obviously a god, so I think we're well aware that that's not mortal. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
We Germans have waited for this for quite some time now. Do we get what we expected?
Yes, you do. It's very entertaining, fun. I think you're going to be surprised at the amount of humor that's in the story. Alan Taylor has brought a darker tone to it, but with that darker tone, when the humor comes, it's really funny and entertaining.
I've watched it already, and I gotta say, for me, it's Loki who does the movie give there's a difference because he's in there. What the special magic about Loki?
Well, it's hard to. He's just a great, talented, committed actor, and I think anything he does is special. We're very lucky to have him. I couldn't imagine anyone else being Loki. Yes.
Last question already. You've been on the road to promote this movie for quite some time. How exhausted are you now at the end?
Very exhausted. We go home tomorrow, but it's exhilarating to come here and to see all our fans, and people really love the Marvel characters. That makes it all worthwhile.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Alex.
How are you?
Good.
So, we Germans have waited for this movie for quite some time now. Do we get what we expect?
Not only do you get what you expect, you get it sooner than anybody else. You get it a week earlier than the Americans, which I think is very special. And you get a continuation of the Thor movie and a continuation of the Avengers movie, particularly that story between Loki and his brother Thor.
Is this special magic? I've watched the movie. It's incredible that there's a villain, and we like the villain. So what's the special magic about Loki?
I think the magic is that you understand him. We saw what he went through in the other movies. We saw that he desperately wants a throne. He desperately wants to be like his brother. And at the same time, he loves his brother. But he doesn't necessarily want to admit that. He wants what his brother has. And in this movie, of course, we put Thor in a situation where he has to go to Loki for help. And the question is Loki going to betray him, or will Loki help him? And that is the fun of the movie. He's a bad boy that everybody loves.
You guys have been on the road for quite some time now. So last question, how exhausted are you now in the end?
Well, you know, you get exhausted. We head back to Los Angeles tomorrow morning after a long trip around the world. But when you step out of the car to these fans and to this crowd and to this amazing theater, you get adrenaline, and I'm not tired at all anymore.
Perfect, then. Have a great
Great. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Alex, nice to meet you. Gotta say, welcome back. You've just been to Germany a couple of weeks ago. Is that your second home now?
Yeah, it's becoming like that, yeah. I just had the Rush tour here and now this tour, and it's crazy. I'm only here for like 48 hours each time, which is a shame, but it's a beautiful city.
How exhausted are you after all this traveling? You've been on the road for a month now, I guess?
Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted, you know, but having fun. I mean, people seem to love the movie, and we're very proud of it. We had an amazing time making it, and no, it's a wonderful. We're having a wonderful time. Just trying to shoot back in London, you know, is tricky, you know, with the days. But
last question already from me as a man, or as a normal-shaped guy. If I look up to the picture, this is impressive. Do men like you? Do the man have to look like this, or
no, just this character. That was what it required of me to get in the gym and work out. But no, of course not in everyday life. Just only if you got a cape.
Hey man,
I'm good. How
nice
are you?
To see you. I'm good. Yeah.
You know something?
You did?
I did.
Who? Okay. This. Oh yes.
I know it's not the nicest background, but
these are pictures of my. This is myself. I apologize unreservedly that that's me. But the main event in this picture is a Peugeot 106, which is a 1999 edition or 98. Your girlfriend, right?
Yes.
It's your girlfriend's car.
A friend's car.
A friend's car. And yes, the Peugeot 106 was my first car. So there it is. That's amazing.
Little memory for
Are these
you.
for me?
Yes, of course.
Look at my Peugeot 106. Yay! I had the best time. Honestly, it was the most fun I've ever had doing press anywhere in any city.
Really? Yeah. No, you're joking.
No, you gave me a Wiener Schnitzel. I had some Bratwurst. I had some Schwarze Weisse beer. It was great.
Great that you had fun. Perfect.
Yeah, it was great. We juggled. We sang Benny King. Thanks, man. Yeah, what a welcome.
How are you feeling today? Because my traveling is now over. I think there's the last stop, right, for you for one of the last.
I go back to London now. Yeah, I have to. I'm doing a play in London, so I have to go back and do some work on that, and then a quick stop in America to say hello to them. After all,
This is already my last question. If I look up to this picture, there's a huge Thor, and there's you, also huge. It seems like men have to be very good in shape to impress women like Natalie Portman, or do normal guys also have a chance?
I don't know, man. You know, Natalie Portman is, she's a hell of a woman. And all I would say about the two guys on that poster is that we are members of an exclusive club of gentlemen who have been hit by her. Chris Hemsworth has been slapped, I've been punched. So you have to be in fairly decent shape to get punched by Natalie. But she is a delight, I must say.
She is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time.
Thank you. It was great.
See you next time.
Dankeschön, Alexander.
Bye.
Very kind. Thank you so much, man. Okay. All the best.